The leak and the system. Every man alive is born with an internal semen pipeline, a system designed to transport his most precious resource, his vital, creative energy from its source to his highest value projects. Hold on, before we unlock the real power of semen retention, hit that subscribe button and join our Telegram channel, link in description. We drop daily wisdom, success tools, and energy secrets only shared there. Don't watch from the sidelines, become part of the movement. This energy is the ultimate currency of life. It funds your focus, powers your resilience, and dictates your ability to generate wealth. Build relationships and achieve mastery. If you feel perpetually tired, drained, and unable to execute your grandest visions, it is not a flaw in your design. It is a leak in your pipeline. The modern world is built to exploit this leak. It encourages the cheap, rapid, and constant expenditure of your vital resource in low-return activities. Endless scrolling, mind-numbing distractions, and, critically, the compulsive release of your core creative fuel. This isn't just a lifestyle problem. It's an economic crisis of the self. Think of your energy not as water, but as high-octane gasoline, a strategic fuel essential for heavy machinery. Every time you expend it carelessly, you are not simply spending energy. You are initiating an expensive, resource-intensive process to refill the tank, diverting metabolic power, nutrients, and precious time away from the tasks of building and creation. The cost is astronomical. This constant expenditure creates mental turbulence and a fog that makes strategic thinking impossible. It replaces the deep, sustained focus required for high-value work with shallow, intermittent bursts of activity. The result is the tired man who has the potential of a titan but is operating at the efficiency of a leaky garden hose. He is a responder, not a creator. The crucial first step is to recognize that you are not just the consumer of this energy. You are the owner and chief operator of this pipeline. You hold the authority to decide where the fuel flows, to which projects, which relationships, and which goals. The current state of low performance is a direct result of passive, automatic operation. To become unstoppable means seizing control of this pipeline. It means moving from a consumer-grade mindset, where energy is for instant consumption, to a strategic mogul mindset, where energy is a conserved asset, invested only in projects with guaranteed high returns. The principle is simple. Stop wasting it. End the low-value expenditure. Seal the breach. This act of self-discipline is the single most powerful shift in resource management you can ever make. It is the moment you reclaim your sovereign power over your own destiny. This initial discipline is not suppression. It is transmutation. The energy, denied its low-road exit, is forced to flow upward through the system. It pressurizes your focus, hypercharges your creativity, and acts as a regenerative force on your entire psychological and physical system. The difference between the tired man and the unstoppable man is not intelligence or talent. It is simply the efficiency of their internal pipeline. One lets the fuel leak out in the shadows. The other routes every drop toward the bright light of his ambition. This script is your operations manual. It is the blueprint for transforming a chaotic, depleted system into a powerful, controlled flow of wealth-generating power. Sealing the breach. The moment you commit to sealing the leak, the semen pipeline system fights back. The initial resistance is intense because you are challenging the most deeply ingrained, instant gratification loop in your brain. This battle is your first great test of internal leadership. If you hold steady through the initial days, the rewards begin immediately. The first thing you notice is the swift return of raw physical vitality. The persistent low-grade fatigue that used to cling to your mornings and afternoons is gone. You move from running on fumes to running on high-octane fuel. Your sleep quality deepens profoundly. The body, relieved of the metabolic debt required for constant replenishment, can dedicate its restorative cycles entirely to true repair. You stop waking up feeling exhausted and start waking up energized. Ready to attack the day before your alarm even sounds? Mental clarity floods the system. The pervasive mental fog that once obscured your thinking vanishes, because you have withdrawn your attention from the low-value compulsions that consumed your cognitive resources. This reclaimed bandwidth is the equivalent of adding 4 hours of focused work time to your week. This newfound clarity translates directly into laser focus. Simple tasks become easier to initiate and maintain. Complex projects that once seemed overwhelming now feel manageable, because you have the sustained mental throughput to tackle them without interruption. This consistent self-control builds the unbreakable wall of self-integrity. Every day you honor your commitment, you are proving to yourself that your word is law. This internal trust is the foundation of all external confidence and is the most valuable asset you possess. The nervous, anxious energy that used to manifest as restlessness and distraction is now grounded and transmuted. It becomes a powerful, internal stability. You gain the space to respond to challenges with strategic thought rather than reacting impulsively out of stress. This energy flow begins to attract opportunity. Your magnetic presence, the aura of contained, controlled power, is sensed by others. People are naturally drawn to stability, competence, and self-control. This shifts your social dynamics from seeking approval to commanding respect. This is where the pipeline analogy becomes literal. By conserving the most valuable resource, you are simultaneously increasing your personal market value. An investor backs a leader who demonstrates discipline. The world invests in the man who demonstrates self. The pipeline is sealed, the reserves are filling, and the system is now being prepared for the high-pressure flow required for maximum wealth and focus. Pressurizing the system once the leak is sealed. The energy, the high-octane fuel, begins to pressurize the entire system. This is the phase of transmutation, where primal energy is consciously directed to the higher centers of creation. The feeling is one of overflowing abundance. You are no longer driven by desperation or lack. You are propelled by an excess of vitality that demands creative expression. This internal abundance is a force multiplier on all your external actions. You begin to invest your energy currency strategically. You look at your schedule and ask, which actions have the highest return on investment? You cut out low-value activities, the energy consumers, and route the full force of your pipeline into skill mastery, high-impact business development, and personal legacy building. Your focus becomes so intense that you begin to shorten the gap between intention and execution. The friction between knowing what you should do and actually doing it dissolves. Your actions become decisive, surgical, and effective. The magnetic presence now operates at full power. This is the quiet authority that defines true leadership. You don't need to shout or boast. You're grounded. Abundant energy speaks for itself, projecting competence and reliability into every room you enter. This power fundamentally alters your relationship with delayed gratification. You realize that the small, momentary pleasure pales in comparison to the sustained, profound satisfaction of achieving a massive, long-term goal. Your vision becomes your primary driver. The pipeline analogy extends to your personal relationships. You stop seeking partners who drain your system and start attracting those who add value and stability. You become a rock of commitment, and your self-mastery signals your capacity for eternal trust. Because you are no longer a consumer of validation, you become a giver of stability. You provide security and structure from an overflowing tank, which is the most attractive and valuable trait a man can offer. A partner, this dynamic creates high-value, long-term commitment. This phase is defined by momentum. The retained energy generates more focus, which generates more productivity, which generates more confidence, which generates even more energy. This compounding effect means your success curve is no longer linear, but exponential. You are no longer the tired man who struggles to get through the day. You are the man who is consistently outperforming his own expectations, because you have mastered the internal flow of your most valuable resource. Strategic investment and high-value output. The management of the internal pipeline is a continuous high-level job that demands high standards in every area of your life. The high-quality fuel you are conserving must be protected by a high-quality system. This means you become instantly intolerant of low-grade fuel. You instinctively reject poor diet, shallow company, and toxic environments. Your discipline extends to demanding excellence in everything that touches your life, from your nutrition to your personal space. The internal pipeline becomes your engine for wealth creation. The capacity for deep, sustained focus is the single greatest competitive advantage in the knowledge economy. While others are distracted, you are executing. While others are recovering, you are creating. This sustained focus allows you to finally tackle the master skill necessary for your success. You move beyond dabbling and settle into the deep work required to become a true expert, generating value that commands a premium price. The energy you conserve acts as an internal risk mitigation strategy. When faced with inevitable setbacks, you have the emotional and cognitive reserve to analyze the failure, adjust the flow, and pivot without crashing or burning out. You are resilient. Your words become weighty because you speak from a place of grounded, centered energy, not nervous chatter. Your opinions carry more weight and influence. You learn the power of strategic silence, letting your presence fill the space instead of your need to talk. You are actively building a legacy pipeline, a system that will not only sustain your success, but will also compound value for the future. Every disciplined day is an investment, rooting resources into intellectual property, business equity, and lasting relationships. The practice compels you toward introspection and spiritual growth. With the noise of distraction quieted, you gain clarity on your true, highest purpose. The abundance of internal energy opens the channel for deep thought, intuition, and alignment with your true mission. This is where the pipeline owner moves from simply being successful to becoming a mogul. A mogul is defined not just by how much wealth he has, but by the efficiency and resilience of the systems he controls. Your most critical system is now perfectly tuned. The pressure in the system is constant, the flow is controlled, and the output is consistently high value. This is the life of the unstoppable man, the unstoppable mogul. You are now operating from a position of absolute abundance. Fear and anxiety, which are symptoms of internal scarcity, have largely evaporated. You know, on a fundamental level, that you possess the inner resources to handle any challenge that arises. This new level of confidence changes your decision-making. You are able to make the hard, strategic calls that low-energy men avoid. You move with speed, conviction, and a clear understanding of the high-stakes flow of resources. The unstoppable man redefines masculinity not through aggression or competition, but through discipline, creation, and unwavering presence. Your power is not something you demand. It is something you emit naturally. This is the long-term, compounding wealth of self-mastery. The energy conserved today not only fuels today's work, but also builds the foundation for tomorrow's monumental success. You are no longer just living paycheck to paycheck, but compounding your life force. Your journey is the ultimate proof that external success is merely the mirror of internal mastery. You didn't need to change the world to find power. You simply needed to change the flow within yourself. The disciplined redirection of energy is the ultimate competitive advantage in a world drowning in distraction. While others are constantly rebooting, you are running at maximum sustained power. The system is now optimized. The leak is sealed. The fuel is pressurized. The flow is directed toward high-value targets. The output is sustained, measurable success. Your life is no longer about recovery. It is about creation. You have become a perpetual motion machine of output and innovation, fueled by your own internal reservoir. This path requires courage, commitment, and a deep self-respecting realization of your own worth. You are worthy of your best energy. You are worthy of your highest goals. The choice is yours to make. Every single day, be the leaky low-pressure pipe, or be the unstoppable mogul who controls the flow of his most precious resource. Take control of your internal pipeline of semen today. Your future self is waiting for the energy by semen retention. Do not let this powerful momentum fade. 2 things before you go. First, hit the like button to show the algorithm we are a force, and subscribe immediately so you don't lose the frequency shift we just created.